Alrighty, it looks like we are live for yet another episode of Yelling at Park Cars Warm Up. Uh, I'm joined by a brother from another mother from the other side of the pond, Jens Petter.
Yes, the
Uh,
the Americans that can speak proper English.
yeah, well, thanks for hanging out with the Colonial. I appreciate it.
Yes. Don't you dare go against the Queen again or King. I won't have it.
Right.
Not
Well, there was that whole, taxation thing, and we didn't
mm,
like it. So, we threw a bunch of tea into the freaking harbor, and Bob's your uncle.
Boston Tea Party, which is a bit of a thingy because they don't drink tea. So why do they call the Tea Party? If you're like, oh yeah, I'd love a cup of tea. I'll go to the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah.
You're getting coffee.
No,
Like, oh.
we were drinking tea back then.
Well, not after you did that. You won't, unless you was gonna drink like
No, well, no,
tea.
there's still plenty of people over here that drink tea. I mean,
Yeah,
like
but yeah, but if you
even hot tea, like you Brits do. You know,
yeah,
especially in New England. Yeah,
mm,
they there's a lot of people in New England that still drink a hot cup of coffee or a
yeah,
hot cup of tea. You know, a
yeah,
hot cup of tea in the morning.
you
Instead of coffee.
yeah, you Americans don't even like saying the word tea.
Uh, well, as a Southerner, um, and even though I was born and raised in the state of Missouri, I still consider myself a Southerner because I could practically stand on the levee and throw a rock into Kentucky, Tennessee, you know, or Arkansas. So, um,
Kentucky
anyway,
woman, do
anyway, in
do
the
you
in the
know
southeastern, yeah, in the southeastern quarter of the United States, we drink quite a bit of tea. Uh, in the warm weather, cold
Oh, that's
iced
iced
tea.
tea. No, that's
Yeah,
iced tea. But unless you do drink it, because like I did in the summertime, it's not so bad having a more of a warm cup of tea in the summertime than a hot cup of tea.
yeah.
But I just
But
like sugar. Because how do you drink
here's
your tea then? Do you
yeah.
have? I like milk, a little bit of milk, not loads, but a little
Yeah.
bit of milk and
No,
loads of sugar.
no, I don't really do because I mean I've drunk hot tea. Okay. Um, and it does hit the spot sometimes. Um, but I'm not much on trying to put milk or cream into it. I just sweeten it up a little bit with sugar. But
No,
coffee, on the other hand, I I like me some cream in my coffee, so along with the sugar. So, um,
I,
but
I don't know if you're drinking the tea right, but if you have a cup of tea, what we drink without milk, it tastes crap. I've done it once or twice where you put like a bit of sugar in and well, quite a bit of sugar in, but
really,
it still tastes crap. Tea without milk. Ugh. I can drink
mm,
coffee without milk,
yeah.
but not tea.
Well, like when and we will get to the topic on hand here in just a little bit. But we're just in the in
build
the
up process.
BS. We're in the beginning BS segment
Yeah.
of the show.
Well, we're building the story up. It all happened through tea.
Yeah.
And it's probably because you Americans don't know how to make tea that you chucked it away and it was like, oh, I'm not paying tax on this. Like,
Yeah.
oh, but you would do if you knew how to make a nice cup of tea.
We know how.
I don't
Shoot.
think you do.
Especially us Southerners, you know, when with that iced tea, you know, you
No,
take it and you brew it,
no,
like you
I
brew it in the
always,
sun,
I
you know, like
always, I always see the Southern man walking down the fucking what's a southern place where a southern man would walk down Shellback, Texas or something, would it? The Texas Highway. Yeah, I see the southern man walking down the Texas Highway with a cup of tea all the time.
well, maybe not Texas, but
Well, where then? Where do you see a southern fucking man?
well, not a cup of tea, not a
Ah, well,
cup
there
of
we
tea.
go. Because you're not allowed to make it.
We'll have a big tall glass of tea
I tell you something, no. Even if you do
that's
know,
cold and sweet.
yeah, well, that's iced tea. It's not fucking tea.
Yeah.
That's like disgusting. Well, in fact, though, it tastes
No,
all right.
you know, if
Yeah,
it's a cup, if it's a cup and it's hot, and especially in the morning, yes, us Yankees are uh, more apt to have coffee in that cup instead of tea.
yeah.
But
Well, Well, you're more into iced tea where you don't even have any milk in, and usually put like fruit juice in it and all. I reckon. Or some.
no, I mean there are like especially like the fast food places or restaurants and stuff. They'll have like raspberry iced tea or whatever different fruit flavors, but generally, when we're talking homemade, like homemade iced tea, a lot of the time it's what we call sun tea, because you have like you got a big jug, like a big glass jug, and you put however many, like basically like a half a box of freaking tea bags in there, and your sugar, in somewhat warm water, so that the sugar will dissolve. But then you set it out in the sun, for several hours, and let it brew in the in the sun, in the sunlight, and yeah, that's good stuff. And like if you can still see like clearly through that jug, it's not brewed, it's not dark enough. You're like, you didn't put enough tea bags in there or something. Okay. That's how we made homemade iced tea, is like it was damn near like coffee as far as the color of it. If it wasn't good and dark, then it wasn't strong enough. But anywho, so let's talk about old Elon. You want to? Let's do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Now I don't know what Twitter is like on that side of the pond, but
No,
I'm assuming it's pretty much the same as over here, I guess, as far
yeah,
as the rules and everything go.
yeah. I think they have like I think same rules everywhere, don't they? Sort of thing. I think although in some countries, yeah, they can do, but yeah, it's mainly regulated the same in it. They do have certain exceptions, don't they, in other countries? I think in some countries you're allowed to. Well, that could just be of the terms and services getting managed. Maybe deliberately. We don't know. I don't, but I'm not going to say because Twitter might ban my account. But yeah, you can call for violence in some countries, especially against other countries you don't like. But in some other countries, no, you can't even say that a female is a biological or a woman is a biological female. I was going to say a female is a biological woman.
Yeah, yeah. Don't you dare misgender someone. But,
No, I'm a
but
strong
you know,
woman.
you can you can't misgender anyone, but by God, you can you can call Gina Carano a bigot for not putting pronouns in her bio.
I want to
Uh,
cancel and
you
beaten up.
can
I think
you can
beaten up. But Gina
you
Carano,
can kick off Donald Trump. You can kick off Donald Trump for just for being Donald Trump.
yeah,
Uh,
well, oh, what's it? Oh, it, it was Johnny Depp on it. He sort of like claimed like and that yeah, it, it's not legal to kill a president or something, but if it is, uh, or something like that, and I think it
yeah,
was,
yeah, he said something stupid, but
and they let him do it, and I think that Kathy Griffin, I think she had like a picture of his severed head.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think she was like calling out on Twitter
yeah.
of
The effigy decapitated skull. Yeah, but yeah, no, that's fine. But if you call for freedom of speech, or where you can like say, oh, I don't know, like if you got on Twitter and said, the coup, no, 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 that's loud. But yet, you can, there's
well,
what's
Ned,
what's the word that thought? Yeah,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
that
hopefully,
acronym. Thought. You got thoughts on Twitter. Showing pictures of their bare ass boobs and chochas, but but you can't.
yeah. Well,
You,
Ned,
you can't say anything about Joe Biden.
no. Well, Netscape saying Twitter is a lame platform, and didn't Al Qaeda have an account with Twitter recently? Yeah, I think they've still fucking got one. I think they just changed the name, but it's basically Al Qaeda. They just change your name, don't they, to fucking whatever, fucking.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I don't. I don't get on Twitter looking up Al Qaeda or anything, or
No, no, we
Well,
don't. We don't.
here's the funny thing: is that they want to sit there and they want to preach whatever they're trying to preach by saying that they're still on there and that there's free speech. Well, why do they have them on there? If they're pointing out how bad they are, why would they still have them on their site?
I don't know. But welcome, Tommy.
Because it's got a lot of followers. But yeah, right, tell me, man.
Yeah. Everybody give a wheat to Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective.
Did I hear you weaking? Waking at the moon? Waking at the moon.
Yeah. Week at the moon.
Yeah.
The werepig has arrived. All right, who do we want to tear up now? I got my fighting gear on.
Twitter. Yo,
Oh, what a cesspit. What a cesspit. You know what? And here's the one thing I think a lot of people miss. They think that this whole nonsense with Twitter is something that is just, now. Twitter has always been a cesspit. I remember when I first joined back in like 2011, 2012. It was a cesspit then. You should have seen some of the dumb shit that people were talking on that damn site. They were absolutely retarded. And it was why I didn't bother half the time even using it. Like I would go on there, like if I had problems with Xbox Live, I would go on because that was the only way to get a hold of Xbox. They wouldn't answer their goddamn phones, and you couldn't really email them. So the only other way to get a hold of one of those idiots was to go on freaking Twitter. And even then, they gave you the runabout freaking answers, and then you had to tell them off and say, okay, well, I'm not going to use Twitter again for the next couple of months. There's no point in it. But I mean, seriously, like even following some of these other celebrities, like wrestlers or whatever, you know, somebody may have been following. I mean, 90% of the shit that they were posting was so boring and so nondescript. It was like, why am I even on this fucking site? Yeah. And it wasn't until recently when I got involved, you know, with my channel and everything over the past 3+ years that I really started using Twitter again.
Yeah.
Because it lay dormant for years. Like I didn't touch it because it was just pointless.
Yeah. Well, my mate, he started following shit, I forgot his name. Real funny dude. He died recently.
Gilbert Godfrey?
No, his mate.
Norm Macdonald?
Yeah, Norm Macdonald. Yeah. Well, he said, oh, yeah, all that Norm Macdonald was doing, which was true, was just posting loads of things about golf. Because like there was always like golf tournaments on. So he was like just posting like, oh, so-and-so shot like 5 under or something and that, you know, this and that. And my mate got a bit like frustrated because he was expecting Norm Macdonald's Twitter account to be like him doing comedy riffs, where it was just him talking about golf. Where if you do see Norm Macdonald's Twitter and that, yeah, but he admits it though because he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a golf nut and that." But with mate, it took him like I think a month or two to realize, oh yeah, it's just gonna be like loads of golf. Okay.
All right.
All the time.
Nerdscape, Pinterest. Okay, Pinterest is trash. Okay, it's trash because anytime I'm like online, you know, like Googling some images or whatnot, and I find one, you know, I find a real good one, right? Oh, I like that. And I click on it. It takes me to damn Pinterest. Okay. And then I get those freaking little alerts of like, you know, we use cookies, blah, 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 you know, yakety schmackety. And, you know, and then half the screen goes gray and all that crap. And I was like, I'm not messing with this noise. So I say to Pinterest. But other than that, welcome. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, he got a point with Norm being a genius or a comedy genius.
Well, I think that's no, go ahead. Go ahead, Jens.
I was going to say, because I don't think he invented it like a time machine around.
I was going to say, but that's not even just Pinterest now. It's like every one of these sites, and I don't care what site it is or what you're using. It's just every single one of them has all the shit with the cookies. They're trying to track your location. They're trying to do all this stupid shit. Like, why do you need to track my location if I am stopping on a website to just say, for example, Wookie, go ahead, have a drink. Look at Transformers. Why do you need to track my location for that? I mean, what kind of marketing are you going to get out of somebody that's looking to maybe buy something from a site and it's related to that franchise or whatever? I mean, every last one of these sites are doing it now. I know Discord just did some kind of new update where they're like selling people's information and shit like that, like all the other sites. And it just makes you not even want to go on any of them at this point.
Well, I mean, it's like, you know, it's an online thing, and if they're selling something, you know, it should be like, you know, one price, with, you know, and if there's shipping, then, you know, you X amount of dollars for shipping, and you know, there you go. But
well, I mean that's the thing though, Shellback. Let's say it's a site like I mentioned, like you're going on and you're buying like something like a toy franchise or a movie or whatever. They're already going to get your information if you buy that item anyway. So what the hell do they need to track your location through freaking cookies and everything else? What is the damn point? There is no point.
yeah, because they need your mailing address, and so yeah.
Yeah,
they don't get your mailing address to mail the shit out to you. They still make you fill out the form for the mailing address. So what is the point once again of tracking?
Well, them cookies are designed to read your mind, so it can offer you stuff that you didn't even know you wanted.
Yeah.
They don't want to get inside my mind. It is a scary place to be.
Yeah. Until they get a Kelly Brook 6 fucking doll, lifelike and all, super lifelike. I don't want to taste rubber. Yeah, they're not gonna send me out. Like, I don't know, that not out there.
Oh, Stephen Ransom. The hashtag is Wookiee's last day as Wookiee supremacy. He is rebranding. He's getting away from anything that could be or minutely be affiliated with Star Wars because Disney needs a burn in hell several times over.
Right. Well, what's Wookiee supremacy going to change his name to then?
Look, we don't talk about what he's transitioning into. That's for him and God to know only.
Yeah, but then it gets confusing when he starts like saying stuff and you're like, oh, this and that.
All I know,
that's what hormone therapy is for, Jens.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but
I just want to say that Wookiee supremacy is stunning and brave for choosing to transition.
Yeah, getting his Wookiee hair cut off.
But anyway, not to veer off too much. So why do you guys think that there's so much going on with people on Twitter about Elon?
Well, it's
possibly taking over and making it a free speech platform.
Well, it's the same thing as anything, Shellback, and it's something that actually started in the 80s with that whole, you got a voice, no kid left behind shit that actually started in the 80s where you're saying, no, you got a voice, use it, and all this other stuff. More power to people like this, that there's awards for finishing in last place. I mean, it's all part of that mentality. So these idiots, they don't like it because it's the mob mentality. So all their friends think that way because they heard somebody else say it, so it's got to be true because they heard it on the internet. And it always takes me back to, what was that? I think it was a Geico commercial where the girl's like standing outside of her apartment house talking to this guy and like, oh yeah, I'm meeting up with my new boyfriend. I met him online. He's a French supermodel, and this fat American guy comes up and he's like, bonjour. And she's like, it's got to be true because I seen it on their internet. And that's the type of mentality you're dealing with these people on Twitter. They see it on their internet, they believe it's true. And I've actually had discussions with my kid when she was growing up because I've seen it on the internet. I was like, just because you read something on the internet page doesn't mean it's a fact. I said, and I took her to a site that was talking about, once again, Wookiee, have a drink, Transformers. And I said, I can tell you right here, this is wrong. And you know it's wrong because I've already told you about this. And then we were reading the description of the character and toy that was created. And what they were saying was absolute bullshit. It was all false information, but it's sitting on the internet, so it's got to be true, right? And she just kind of got skeptical at that point. And she's like, huh. And like, yeah, it makes you rethink everything. You can't trust everything that everybody is putting out there. You got to do your own research. You got to verify it from multiple different sources. If there's a way to talk to somebody that has in-depth knowledge about it, talk to those people first. Don't trust everything you see. And most of these idiots get most of their information, of course, from the mainstream news media sites, who are all running off a script because they're all saying the exact same damn thing, or they're looking on the worst site in the world to look when they're actually doing a Google search and they go to Wikipedia. Good God.
Well, the thing is, Brian Stelter said.
Well, you just like brainwashed. they're so used to being told what to do because there was that case, them cases back in the early 2000s or whatever, where people was letting their sat navs tell them to fucking turn into corners that like weren't there, and so but they'd crash the car because they'd just turn it, or they'd go into fields and that where there used to be a road and the sat nav thinks there's a road there, and so it's telling them, but it's a field, but they're still going along because it's like, oh, the sat nav's telling me. I think someone went into like power lines or whatever, or if not, just stop before like it because it was telling the route to go through these power lines. And I think they stopped because they realised, oh no, this can't be right. But I think someone
rerouting. If you missed your turn. No, like, okay, so red shirt brings up something that like it's like one of my pet peeves is the term hate speech. Okay, hate speech and hate crime are two of my most freaking pet peevish freaking phrases that's been used ever in the history of the freaking English language. Okay.
Well, I mean, technically there are hate crimes. Technically, you see them happen. But hate speech doesn't exist.
There's no love crime. Every crime is hate.
No, there is hate speech, but
there might be hateful speech, but there's no such thing as hate speech. It is speech. That's it. You might not like what it is, but it's just speech.
No, I'm afraid when it comes to speech, people who can speak properly should know all about speech. And hate speech is
somebody who speaks properly. When's he going to show up, Jens?
Oh yeah.
Hey, he's using his vocabularistics right now.
Yeah, he's probably going to turn up after I tell you about hate speech. Hate speech, technically, if you call for violence against someone or some majority or minority,
well, that's not hate speech. That's called terroristic threats.
No, but that's labeled as hate speech.
Yeah.
And it is. Well, it is. Unless you call it.
Well, no, it's what Tommy just said. You know, it's a threat. You are threatening someone. But this whole hate speech, you know, like no,
right? No. If I started like now, started saying like, oh yeah, I think everyone should find out where Shellback lives and they should kill him. Joe, I'm not saying that. Be careful with the fucking YouTube fucking thingy. But if I did say that, then that'd be classed as hate speech because it's like,
no, it doesn't. It's classified as a threat. There's a distinct difference between a threat and making verbal assaults and something where they consider hate speech. Because hate speech can technically be anything that's supposed to undermine or demean somebody. But here's the problem: anything you can possibly say can be determined as being hateful at this point. And that's why people that run around with this hate speech narrative are just complete morons because they don't realize the same shit that they pull on other people when they're trying to suppress them and censor them are going to come back to haunt them as hate speech later on down the road when they wind up eating their own. Because just like a pack of mice that are sitting in a cage, a few of them are going to wind up getting eaten.
And here's the thing too, like say, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to pick on somebody who's not here. Let's go with one of the guys from the Dark Council. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'm sure.
No, come on! Don't miss out on this opportunity to pick on Walton Shellback. Come on, keep the hate alive.
Well, no, because he's a white boy. You know, it's the thing is like.
Well, that's racist.
If I said something, you know, like. You know, if I called, say, Mark with a C, you know, the gospel according to Mark with a C, you know, if I called him, you know, an MFer, you know, or, you know, said that he was a freaking, you know, candy ass or something like that, right? And you know, just because of the tone of my skin, you know, my skin color and his skin color, people would be like, "Oh, that's hate speech."
Well, I don't even see how that could be
But
considered.
if it was me and Walton, since you brought up the little guy,
All right, here we go.
if it was me and Walton, people would just be like, "Oh, it's just a couple of white boys talking shit on each other." They wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't matter. Just like when, you know, just like when you know, when two black dudes in Chicago get into a gunfight, you know, that's not a hate crime.
That happens because that happens.
But
because
if one of those dudes was white, that'd be a hate crime.
Shellback, it's all because of white privilege. Don't you know that now?
Yeah.
Well,
But that's the bullshit, though. That's the bullshit that we're talking about here.
Well, if you want to know,
that's why I'm so adamant on that. There is no such thing as hate speech or a hate crime. Is just because they put that word hate in there to elicit a freaking trigger in people.
I think
you know that's it.
I think what you're trying to say, Shellback, is they're like using hate speech and hate crimes for non-hate speech and hate crime issues. But there is hate speech and hate crime laws where you cannot like call for violence on someone or
Yeah, but once again, calling for violence on somebody is not hate. That's threats. That's not hate.
Yeah, but what is hate? It's a speech, though. If you sort of write that, then that's not hate speech.
You're arguing a technicality. You're arguing a technicality because technically, if I say I'm gonna kick your fucking ass, people aren't gonna say that's a comment of love. They're gonna think that I hate you. Of course.
Yeah, but
it's just freaking. It's
not hate.
Like I said, it's just a damn trigger word.
Yeah,
it's bullshit.
No, that's a threat. That's not hate speech. Hate speech is when you're calling for people. If you went, oh yeah, I fucking think that everybody should fucking beat you up and that's hate speech.
No, that's actually called incitement.
Which is hate speech.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because technically, you don't even have to have any hate involved in it just to be able to incite something. The FBI proved that.
Yeah, but like Tommy just said though, at this point in time, anything and everything you say to someone that is not according to how they identify or whatever, they're like, oh, that's hate speech. You're a bigot and you're spewing hate speech. You know, it's like I said, it's just a bullshit trigger word. Okay, there is speech of a hateful nature, but quote unquote hate speech is a bullshit term. Okay, I don't care what you say, how you fucking slice it. I don't give a good goddamn. Okay, it's no.
Example is if somebody was being hateful for somebody, and if you're going by today's terms of what hate speech is, so if somebody was to say every Southerner probably bangs their sister on their nights off, that would probably be considered hate speech, I suppose, to a degree, because you're sitting there denoting a certain characteristic to a group of people that you may or may not know anything about. But really, it doesn't exist because that is just your opinion. It's not really. It is not really hate.
But say somebody says something. Somebody says that exact same thing, to a person that votes with that votes for people with a D by their name and has blue hair, that blue-haired D voting person would be like, "Oh, hate speech, hate speech. He's saying that I'm in incest. He like that incest. Oh, hate speech. Yeah."
Yeah, but that's a problem. It starts going down that slippery slope because once you start labeling things as hate speech, everything else winds up getting included in hate speech. And what's going on? Memes of destruction, legalized dueling. Hell yeah, I'm all for that. And like he says, we used to call them fighting words. And Lasser also brings up a pretty good point. We can't let them label any speech as hate speech because that is the foundation that lets them make laws against speech. And that's
Right.
what most of this terminology of hate speech is all about. And I don't know about how they see things over there, Yen, but our Supreme Court has already came out and said there is no such thing as hate speech. They threw that the hell out at the Supreme Court level.
Well, what do you call?
Well, they might bring it back since freaking Judge Brown is on there now.
Yeah, but even then, I still don't think they have the numbers to push everything through.
Which that's a whole nother freaking stream or bag of shit right there. Is like, yeah, I can't identify. I can't define what a woman is. I can't, but yet I'm up for the job of deciding different laws and different cases that will affect the whole country. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Let's get back to hate. Well, on my version of hate speech, because hate speech is when you call for violence. If you're doing a speech and you're saying you don't like people and that, and you think that this certain people, and it could be whatever certain people, or just one person, and you're saying, "Oh, we should get rid of them," or do any kind of violence to them, is classed as hate speech. But they have like fucking gone crazy and made any fucking criticism hate speech, like they've done with the rape, where if you penetrate a woman with your penis against their will, that is rape.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yes. Yes. It's
if you look at a woman too long, you've raped her.
Yeah. Yeah. Just disclaimer. I don't know. That's the I don't know. I'm just the reason I'm laughing is because I'm sitting here thinking about I've been watching other people's streams, and something like that comes up, and they say grape. They say grape because they're afraid of Mama Susan or the Google moderator or something coming in and shutting the stream down. But
right, that goes right back to the whole speech thing. What they determine and what they label as things that are inappropriate, and that's really where this is going. That's why I said it's such a slippery slope, because once you go down that path, forget it, man. There's no reversing this shit.
Well, and it's like Forbidden Ruin, here is saying it's like, the whole hate speech thing goes out the window when people are allowed to say all kinds of crap about Russians.
Yeah, but that is hate speech, though. That is like the legal term. That's why hate speech was invented, to stop people threatening and going on some crazy fucking tyrant on getting rid of certain populations. And that's why the hate speech laws.
No, but here's the thing, Jens. Like, say me and you, or me and Tommy, whoever, are talking about something, and one of us says to the other one, quit being a fucking pussy. According to certain rules and or certain people, whatever. That would have been hate speech right there. Because I used the F word and I referred to him as a freaking
that's because I don't know the definition.
Female anatomy.
Probably they need to know more about language, don't they? They're just a bunch of fucking idiots that get told, "Oh yeah, it's hate speech, so you can't have that." Where if they had a fucking what's it called? Oh, I forget exactly what it's called. But it means thinking outside the box. If they sort of thought outside the box a bit more, they'd realise, oh yeah, no, that ain't hate speech.
Well, I guess so, Jens. You're not going to be doing any thinking when you're in the box.
I'll give you another example. I'll give you another example. Like, so check this out, guys. So I don't know. I think Tommy does. I don't know if you do, Jens, or not. But there's this person, that's on like Twitter and YouTube and stuff. Shit. What was the first? He was going by the name of Hugh Jass.
Oh yeah, that guy.
And then he changed it to Mecca McCheese. Well, I'll give you an example of the quote unquote hate speech or whatever that the bullshit that people get freaking put in Twitter jail or worse for, right? I was having a conversation with some of his homies, I guess, on Twitter one day, and he decides to jump into the conversation, and my response, my toxic male response was, "There she is." And so old boy proceeded to send a message to the Twitter police that I misgendered him, and I spent 12 hours in Twitter jail.
How could you, homie, man? Why did you do that? I thought we were cool, SA.
Right. But it's because I didn't say something. I said something that was not so nice, or not in a nice tone, or whatever. And that's
the service.
That's one of the things that these people consider hate speech, right? And it's bullshit.
Well, it wasn't services. They can fucking state that, and you have to sign it when you agree to fucking go by their terms and services. So,
well, yeah, you got to agree to the terms of service to use any damn thing. Well, it doesn't matter whether you actually agree with it or not. You got to say yes just to use it.
But the problem is we're talking about how they continuously change the terms of services and ever moving goalposts. So they word it in such a way that they make it almost impossible to follow the terms of service. YouTube does the same damn thing with a lot of shit. So
they're so fucking vague. It's not even funny.
Well, that's because they're a private company, aren't they? That can.
They're a private company that's getting the protection of Article 230, which is supposed to be protection of free speech. So, yeah.
And this is on to the point of why they don't want Elon Musk there, because if he fucking owns it, he will make it a free service. So then they can't do you for saying stuff like that. And then there'll be people who have been chucked off Twitter, like Trump and Alex Jones, who would get put back onto Twitter, and then there'd be people in high up places who I've got like an order of the new well to fucking sort out. Won't want that.
You know,
Well, according to
you know
all
what's
of them,
funny
they're going to
too?
leave. Didn't they say they were all going to leave?
Yeah, but they
Oh,
all
yeah.
they were going to emigrate to Canada, didn't they? The fucking
Yeah,
dick.
yeah, they're still here.
Yeah.
Yeah, slowest movers ever. No, but Jesus.
Can we get an eviction notice for him? I mean, seriously, I think it's due.
Right. I mean, the thing is, though, like, okay, so you Alex Jones was mentioned, right? Alex Jones, okay, and he gets some of the stuff, at least some of the stuff, if not all of the stuff that he got booted for, has come to be fact. It's like, you know, the freaking hashtag Alex Jones was right, okay? Dear God. But yet he's gone. Freaking Donald Trump says things that you know, hurt your fifis, and because, you know, you're you know, a fucking snowflake that's been coddled and given participation trophies, you know, and you can't, you know, you either can't recognize sarcasm, or, you know, you're just that fucking sensitive, you know. I mean, and here's another thing too. You know, me being a military veteran and all, some of these sensitive ass people are in the fucking military. Okay. And we've got the fucking U.S. Army.
Yeah,
we got the fucking U.S. Army making recruitment videos.
You know, Shellback, the army is. I said, you know, because you might not do, because you was just a squaddy, weren't you? But high up corporal ranks, they just wear the suit. They're not fucking military. Anytime a war kicks off, they shit it, scream, and curl up in a fucking corner. They're real good at military, fucking 20 miles away from frontline action.
Are you saying that general gender studies wouldn't be on the front line, Jens? How dare you?
No, that's Admiral. That's Admiral, actually. So yeah, that's
is it Rear Admiral?
Yeah, something. No, but I mean, you know, but this same narrative, right? The same freaking you know, hate speech, you know, that we can't have free speech because of hate speech, okay? That same bullshit narrative is what has the damn fucking U.S. Army making recruitment videos of a freaking social justice warrior with two fucking moms, okay, saying that, you know, I've been fighting for social justice, and now I'm protecting the country in the army. Yay. You know. Yeah, well, no, fuck that shit. Yeah, you know, the Ruskies, okay, the proverbial bad guy at the moment, okay, they got commercials actually showing how fucking badass they can be, okay, but yet we're like, you know, trying to, you know, recruit the fucking Rainbow Brigade here.
That's what I blame it on. I'm not surprised that recruitment advertisement didn't start out with them watching a box set of Buffy DVDs. And like, I was so fucking pumped up on Buffy with my two mums that I joined the army. Yeah. Now I'm kicking fucking vampires' asses.
And just for a disclaimer, okay, for Mama Susan, okay, I don't give two fucks who you want to fuck, okay, so That's for all the that's for the future freaking you're a homophobe
Well,
comments.
once again, that's nobody's business but you and the person that you were with. That's it.
Yeah.
And if he's got a female cock and he wants to stick it in your mouth, then well, you're gay if you don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. If you don't want to date a chick with a dick, then you're a bigot, and you're the one that needs to change.
Fucking homosexual, in my opinion.
And just for the record, okay, it's not a chick with a dick, okay, it's a dude with boobs, okay. So,
well,
Either way, does not sound appealing.
Yeah. Well,
man,
unless his name is Robert Paulson, okay, his name is Robert Paulson. Rest in peace, Meatloaf. But
yeah. I was thinking about Paulson. I was thinking, must be someone I don't know. It was someone I don't know his real fucking name.
But
you was just going fucking proper, like, I'll show you my fucking in-depth meatloaf knowledge.
No, but all this stuff is, it's what they're afraid of. This is all this bullshit that they're afraid of. When and if freaking Elon takes over, right? Their little their little padded room, their little cushioned room will be no more.
Memes is bringing up a point too, and I agree with Memes on a lot of things. And he's talking about, you hear the same thing from the lefties and righties he hangs out with. Yeah, and unfortunately you do see that because it's part of that tribalism that everybody gets. They get stuck in these camps, and some people get so far ingrained into this war that they feel that there is no leeway on the other side. That's why you wind up not being able to have civil discussions on anything whatsoever at all. I mean, there comes a point where people just won't cross lines to talk to somebody on the other side, regardless of whether or not they would be willing to reach out because, hey, well, they're on the left. I can't associate with them because they're the enemy. And you see that kind of tribalism, not through Twitter and everything, everyday life. You see it on YouTube. You see it everywhere. You see it in the news. I mean, holy shit. Tell me when's the last time you seen when, I don't care if it's a Democrat-run show that had a Republican on or a Republican-run show that had a Democrat on, where they were actually nice and they were cordial to the other person from the opposite side. Both sides tear into each other, and it's all done for show. And so many people are just following right along to that drum.
Well, yeah, but devil's advocate here. It's usually the freaking the lefty Lou that fucking starts the shit.
Yeah. And
well, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all, Shellback. But what I'm saying is, unfortunately, you get these people that preach for being able to speak to somebody on the other side, and they get burned by one person, and they're like, "Well, I'm never going to do that again." I mean, there's a point where you just got to kind of be able to turn that off and take it person to person, because not every single person that may have left-leaning politics may be a lunatic. Not every single one of them are. So you got to be willing to sift through that.
Well, some of them are going over onto the other side, aren't they? Like knowing that if they don't go proper, full-on lefty fucking commie, New World Order fucking, we're coming for your children shit, then you're seen as the enemy. Because sooner or later, it is going to divide into people who want to torture kids.
Yeah. In my humble opinion, right? In my humble opinion, the vast majority of people on the left, okay, are they're fucking gone. Okay, they're gone. They're fucking delusional. Okay, I'm sorry.
Well,
If people want to label me freaking alt right for saying that shit, then knock yourself the fuck out. Okay, but I'm not. Okay, like I said, I don't really give two shits. Who you sleep with and any of that shit. Okay, but
mass formation psychosis.
The fucking what did Jesus? What did you just say?
Mass formation
psycho. Yeah.
Basically, they're just little pussy bitches who don't want to say, no, I don't like that. No, I don't want to read Wonder Woman comics. No, I'm not going to go see fucking Black Widow. But no, they don't got the balls, so they do. And then they try and fucking give people who point out that Sawyer's fuck. They give
it's the sheeple. Basically, it's the sheeple. Okay.
Yeah, it's them fucking people.
And they think that they have.
No, they don't think the perfect soldier. And
right. Well, they think they have the moral superiority too. At this point, it's like it's like the the whole thing with the with the diddler crowd, right?
No, I think some of them they do think they've got the moral high ground in that, because they're fucking real brainwashed, deluded, that are so far brainwashed they've convinced themselves they are on the right side of the fucking argument. But there is some, oh no, they're full of shit. But if they don't go along with whatever the fucking mass fucking formation crowd's saying, then they will have to fucking start thinking for themselves, because they'll be fucking shunted. They'll be seen as a fucking troublemaker, fucking loose cannon maverick, and then it makes it. And so it's easy for them to just go along with the crowd, and they don't have to think about. Fucking...
Well, we've seen a few like that over here with some of the Democrats that were speaking out of some of the Democratic policies that were in effect, because there are still a few moderate Democrats in office, but unfortunately, once again, they have to follow along with the script with the rest of the Democrats and what they're doing, or they're going to wind up being pushed out of their positions. And they notice that's why they start speaking out, and then all of a sudden you don't hear them say another word. And it's the same thing with a lot of these Republicans in the right. They know that right now they don't have a whole lot to speak on. So what do? They kind of fight a little bit, and then they duck for cover until the heat blows off, until they can come back and then yell a little bit more. A lot of them. I mean, you're seeing a few of these guys actually coming out and taking the fight right to this nonsense, and they're standing their ground. But the majority of them, no, they'll say a little bit here, a little bit there, and then they run.
Well, and like small time Republic here is saying, it's like, how can people be so delusional to think that they have the moral high ground when they have no moral? And that's the people, like the people that are the people that are defending the the kitty diddlers, and wanting and wanting to add them, they're wanting to add them to the LGBTQIA plus LMNOP whatever.
Well, it's a proper cunt trick. If you haven't got no morals and no fucking what's it called, empathy, and that, well, you fucking try to pretend that you have, and then so you make anything like, oh, I've got so much morals and empathy for everyone.
Right.
I could not possibly be a fucking psychopathic fucking sick cunt who's fucking crazed to depopulating the earth.
Here's some of the fucked up shit on Twitter. Okay, that you got the people on there that are that are saying that don't you shouldn't you shouldn't say mean things about somebody who is who is a minor attracted person, right?
Well,
Like you know, they can say you know, well, you know, I like, you know, I like, you know, I'm attracted to minors, but I'm a nomad. I'm a nomad. I'm a non-offending. I'm a non-offending.
That's it, Shellback. Tell them to fuck off. Like you do, say, you don't give a fuck what you're going to do. Come around and fucking.
Well, no, because if I say fuck off to those people, I'm the hateful bigot.
Oh yeah, that's
thrown into Twitter jail.
That's a new key. That's a new keyword on Twitter right now. Like if you use that in any part of the sentence, they're automatically freaking ready to censor you. Now, you sure you want to say this? This could be deemed as harmful. Is what is the wording that they're using for it now?
Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, those when you send certain tweets and you say certain words and they like give you that. Are you sure you want to send this tweet? Fuck yeah, I wrote it, didn't I?
Yeah, well, I think what you're doing about is you're loading that you've got to type that shit. No, you aren't. To tell them to fuck off, you don't have to type it. All you got to do is just fucking, like you're doing now, get yourself a YouTube channel and say,
here's the thing, though. Like they can, you know, they can sit there and they can call me every name in the fucking book, okay? Especially if they know who I voted for in the last election, right? They can say whatever the fuck they want to. But if I turn around to them and say, yo, Mr. or Mrs. Minor Attracted Person, if I catch you within 100 yards of my 11-year-old, there's going to be hell to pay.
Yeah, well,
I'm the one that gets in trouble.
Well, yeah, because they're making you into a bitch. They're hoping that you will be like, oh, I don't want to get into trouble again. I'll start liking more fucking drag queen story time fucking tweets.
Yeah, I see that thing every time it pops up. I see it multiple times a day. And you sure you want to send this tweet? I'm like, yeah, I wish they had a button that say, you're damn right I want to send this tweet. Because I still send it anyway. And I find 9 times out of 10, instead of saying a whole bunch of words, if I just put a little meme on there, just put a little GIF, that usually drives them even crazier.
Right. That's what I was about to say. There should be like the little GIF button on there, you know, where you can scroll down to the freaking God damn it, I'm drawing a blank. Bryan Cranston, the Breaking Bad, where you can scroll down to the Bryan Cranston Breaking Bad meme where he says, "You goddamn right."
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry, but you know, you're talking to a person who took an oath. Okay, I took an oath back in 1996 to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Okay. And that Constitution includes the Bill of Rights, which includes the First Amendment, which includes freedom of motherfucking speech.
In 1992, Shellback signed his contracts. If you can find it today, maybe you can hire the Shellback.
I just said 1996, you limey bastard. Okay, pay attention.
1996, fool.
Yeah, in 1996, Shellback signed a contract that stated that he would protect America from evil forces. And if you can find him today, maybe you can hire the Shellback.
Copyright claim, copyright claim. Okay. Well, I do love it when a plan comes together. Okay, I'm just saying.
Lucky
I
face.
tell you what, Shellback, if you need a ride, you know the G team has the van already.
Yeah, I'm face man because he shags loads.
Dude, okay, so small tangent. The B.A. Baracus's van, okay, was that was like one of my dream cars, one of my television dream cars, vehicles, you know, when I was growing up, okay? I wanted the A-Team van, okay? I wanted the, you know, the Kit Trans Am. I wanted the General Lee. I wanted the Mach 5. Okay. I wanted BJ's freaking Kenworth Big Rig from BJ and the Bear, you know. Okay.
Might as well just say Optimus Prime at that point. Wookie, have a drink.
Oh, dude, you know, as a young boy, you know, as a guy who can, you know, I've been car crazy, you know, like a freaking gearhead as long as I can remember. I fucking loved Transformers, dude. You know, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, a bunch of robots that turn into cars and then back into robots, and oh, holy shit.
It was definitely something unique, something that you don't see anymore. Creativity.
Yeah, and Nerdscape says he prefers Knight Rider, which is good. And then Lasso of Truck says he entered She-Ra's Pegasus, which is a horse. What is that spelling?
You know, I still have an original He-Man and Battle Cat. Unfortunately, I lost all of their armor and like his and like He-Man's sword and shield. So one of these days when I have a couple of more pennies to rub together, I need to find original replacement parts for you know, Battle Cat. You know, I need to find original Battle Cat armor, He-Man's freaking breastplate, shield, and sword. I need to find parts for my original X-wing, Millennium Falcon, and Rebel transports.
I think you can buy. Anyway, I think you can buy like new ones, but they're made by a third party. But it's just a bit of plastic in it.
Yeah. But anyway, but yeah, it like I said, I don't know how many times so far. The you know, the bullshit hate speech that these people are afraid of not being able to cry wolf on is, you know, that's, you know, Elon wants to freaking, you know, as the kids say, Elon wants to fucking yeet that shit, okay? And you know, if he does, then their security blanket is gone, okay? The whoopee is out the fucking window.
Come on, pal. It's time to give up the whoopee, pal. Let's get rid of the whoopee.
No, it's not a whoopee. It's a blanket. It's Elmo's blanket.
I don't care what anybody says. I love Mr. Mom. I love that movie.
But
and there's Airwolf and Street Hawk, which are good. Oh,
I thought you were talking about Elmo Goes to Grouchland. And the reason, I've got an excuse, okay, people, don't judge me, but I've got an excuse for watching Elmo Goes to Grouchland, okay? I am a father. Okay, so I had kids at one point. I had kids that were young enough to watch Elmo. Okay, before he went to like promoting the jab for Fauci. You know,
Do well.
hashtag get your boosters or you're wrong. Okay.
You're wrong, Shellback. You're
You're
wrong.
wrong. No, you're wrong.
God, trust me. I am the science.
So while I was sitting in the back, I was taking a look, and I seen like some parts for some of those figures, Shellback. But holy shit, man! Even just like the two parts of two exact He-Man swords. Like one is like a gray, and one is more of a silver gray. Even just the swords alone by themselves are going for $45.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. Especially if they're original print or whatever you want to say. Original.
Oh, here's one. This
cast.
is interesting. A vintage 1980s He-Man and Battle Cat complete. So it's got the armor. He's got everything. It looks like he has the battle axe, the shield, the sword. Battle Cat's got all his armor. $149.99.
Hmm.
That's actually, considering that it's complete like that, that is actually not bad.
Yeah. Wow. But yeah, no. And if I ever, not if, I should say when I make it back across the country, to the great state of New Hampshire, with the best state motto ever. Okay, live free or die. Anyway, my box of quote unquote vintage toys, okay, are at my mother's house in New Hampshire. But whenever I finally make it back over to that other side of the country and get my toys, someday in the future, you will see them displayed behind me. Which I guess I'd have to get some shelving first because, yeah. See, there's that. Yeah, no shut. Like this is. Hold on. I mean, get my aspect. I don't turn. No, the other way. This way. No, your other left. Okay. So that coffee table right there. That is my current freaking. That's my nerd corner at the moment. It's I got about one, two, three Star Wars X-wing ships. I don't play the game, but I just got them for decoration. I got some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Hot Wheels. A painting. There's a painting back there, painted by James Clark, and it's actually of one of my Star Wars role-playing game characters. He was a Mandalorian that was force sensitive, and then I got. You can't really see it from here, and I got my phone plugged in. So this is the only angle we're gonna get at the moment. But I have a puzzle laying on the table that's about a third or to a halfway done of the of like the original trilogy. It's got images from all the original trilogy, it's got Luke in his Tatooine outfit, the white tunic and the tan pants and boots. It's got Darth Vader. It's got the first I think it's the first Death Star. I think maybe. Anyway, it's got one of the Death Stars. It's got the scene where Lando Calrissian kneels down to check on Han Solo after he got frozen in carbonite. It's got Princess Leia in her slave outfit, her slave bikini.
Yeah.
Actually, hold on a second. I'll let me get the picture or the box. The box probably fit in the camera better. Anyway, here's the here's the picture. Here's the picture on the box.
Oh yeah.
But that's what the puzzle will look like.
Yeah.
Once it's all together. But
yeah, you want to be careful with them 1,000 pieces in case like you lose.
But damn, there's so much fucking dust. There's like a layer of dust on the top of the box. But oh, here I got another one to show you. When I'm after I'm done with putting that puzzle together, I've got another 1,000-piece puzzle of Yoda sitting on the stump at Dagobah.
Yeah. Probably looking out, thinking, "Oh, that fucking X-wing still in that swamp."
But so yeah, one of these days, here, let me scoot this over. One of these days, both of these puzzles will be in a frame, like a giant picture frame, hanging on the wall. I'm gonna get some puzzle glue, and glue it all together, so it doesn't fall apart.
Yeah,
and
some
then
card.
I'm gonna frame them.
Yeah. Well, draw them, aren't they? But there again, though, they're official, aren't they? So they're not going to let some fucking amateur. Well, not if they want to sell the fucking jigsaw puzzles and that. They're not going to let some amateur draw some fucking shit ass picture of Yoda.
Speaking of which I recently posted a picture on both Twitter and Instagram, but check out my shirt.
Yeah, proper old school there, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, freaking OT for life, yo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Hold on a second. My throat is getting a little scratchy. So pardon me while I have some tea.
Yeah, tea. It looked like fucking apple juice.
I thought you were going to say it looks like motor oil.
No, it's Arizona. It's Arizona green tea with ginseng and honey.
Yeah, you see. Yeah, I told you put shit in that because if you have fucking iced tea by itself, it'll taste shit.
What? No. I told you at the beginning of the stream, Mister, okay, that when we made homemade iced tea, the only thing that we put in it was sugar.
Yeah. Well, obviously that ain't got just sugar in, or you won't be drinking it because it tastes like shit. I've had it with just sugar in. That's more of a. I told you mix like fruit in it and like ginger or whatever. Yeah. It's not even really tea.
Do I need to like hop in my Civic? Okay, my 2002 Honda Civic. Do I need to jump in my car right now, drive across the country to Boston, Massachusetts, and throw this shit in the harbor again? Okay, and start another fucking fight with you people? Do I? Do I really need to do that?
It won't start a fight because we don't drink iced tea. Because for a start,
well, you're wrong.
For a start, like it's got loads of sugar in that you don't really put loads of sugar in.
That's not true. That's not true, Jens. That stuff doesn't even have sugar in it. It has that high fructose corn syrup garbage in it.
Right, yeah. Well, there we go. Well, proper English
Yeah,
tea.
yeah, the
Proper
stuff that
English
makes
tea just has tea, sugar, and milk. And
high
obviously
high
hot water.
high fructose corn syrup, making fat people fatter since 19 whatever.
Now, you notice when they started using that stuff everywhere is when all of a sudden you started hearing about a diabetes epidemic.
Diabetes, like Wilford Brimley, diabetes,
Yeah, diabetes.
diabetes, and Miss Lasso. Okay, it is not a lowrider. Okay, it's actually still factory ride height. Okay, and not only that, but I got me some mud gripper tires on there. Well, actually, they're snow tires, but they're they got the mean directional grip. Okay, that's good for the snow and the dirt and all that stuff. So I'm a rally racing fan. So plus I grew up in BFE, Missouri. So I'm really familiar with driving on dirt roads. So that's yeah. Anyway.
Well,
But,
I would stop following up after Walton if you're worried about driving on dirty roads.
Yeah.
Is that a Hershey Highway joke?
Well, in case you didn't know,
Oh
Walton,
no.
Walton has many talents. Walton has many talents, and one of the things that he is he's the trikestorian. In case you know, he hits the highways and the byways on this thing right here.
Oh. Oh. Oh, Nomeo, we're far out there, Nomeo.
That's a lot of truth. Says like, drink water, it's better for you, but it depends what water it is.
I tell you what, you don't want to drink a lot of well water down here in Florida. It's heavy in iron and stuff like that, and it does not taste good.
And then Ned.
Well, iron's iron's good for you, especially if you're a whammon, because
not this type, not this type of iron. It's very heavy down here, and oh god, it's terrible.
Well, it's nothing. It's nothing that a good filter system won't cure, though.
Yeah. True. We'll let you have a drink first. Tell us how it tastes, and then we'll hook it and get some proper water. But anyway, Nerdskip says PG tips or Yorkshire tea bags, which he's got a point there. Or else Rintons and all. Rintons had some nice tea bags. Yeah.
Also, this is I'm also representing G&G. So if you don't like Geeks and Gamers or Jeremy Griggs, you can kiss my hairy white ass. All right.
Wait a minute. Who?
What?
Who?
Jeremy Griggs?
Never heard of him.
Yeah, well, he's the dude that he used to wear the Star Wars hat, but now he wears the Alabama hat. And
I don't know. This couldn't be any more nondescript.
He talks about Trump a lot, and he likes to play Mario Kart.
No, don't know.
No?
I'm messing with you, Shellback.
Yeah, I know you are. I was gonna say he's got a small little YouTube channel with another slightly smaller YouTube channel. But
I know. I was actually talking with him one day over there on Gilkey's channel. And
yeah,
I thought he said something. We were joking around with each other. He said something, and I said, "I'll send the guinea pigs up after you. You're not that far up in Florida. We can't get to you and get your toes." And he just laughed. He thought it was the funniest shit in the world. And then Thomas was like almost having a heart attack. Like, I can't believe you just said that to Jeremy. Thomas, have you not realized who I am yet? I just don't care.
Right. And, which who you are, as you put it, is actually one of the reasons that I actually love for you to be on these panels. But anyway, it is a minute past the hour, and comics should have hit the go live button by now.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know the reason you are here. You are here for the warm-up for the Yelling at Park Cars over on Comics Division channel. Make sure you go over there and check out the show. Subscribe if you aren't already, and go in there and have a lot of fun in the chat as they discuss a lot of the major topics that everybody seems to be talking about these days with the ridiculous agendas that are being pushed from the terrible side of the crazy loons. Be sure to stop by. This is the reason you're to stop by, so you don't pull a hammy before you go over there. It is important to stretch out before the show.
Yes, and so we're. I'm gonna start with the limey bastard. I mean Jens Petter, and ask him if he's got anything to plug, and then we'll go to Tommy, and then we'll tell all you nice people to get the fuck out of here. So, Jens?
Yeah. Well, I'm just, it was before I came, just as like Tommy's stream was going to end, I just released, or it might have been after, a few minutes after Tommy's stream ended, with going retro discussions and that. Moon Knight episode 3 review and spoilers, where I gotta admit, I don't want to like Moon Knight, because I want to be like Tommy, where I can just slag off everything that Disney's making. But unfortunately, I could be one of them who say, "Nah, I don't watch Moon Knight. Nah, it's shite." But I've got to be honest. I'm watching it and I'm loving it. And if kids have got to be sacrificed for Moon Knight, let's just get the ones who we deserve to be sacrificed, like the little bastards that don't fucking respect toys. Not me, no. Obviously not me. But I think when you're over the age of like 5, I don't think Disney really want you around. So yeah, I think it's 5 and under that you're only at threat with Disney. So if you're a 6-year-old, you're happy to watch Moon Knight. You're out of the dangers fucking list. But and then Tuesday I'll be doing a stream, and then Wednesday go A View to a Kill with James Bond, Roger Moore review with spoilers, and got a Twitter account which I don't really use much, because like with Shellback, you find you just get banned for saying like free speech, even though it's not hate speech, but they'll class it as hate speech. Stick a bit closer. 6-year-old. Yeah. Not me. But just saying, Disney, I'm sure, like, when they go out to get kids so they can torture them, I'm sure if they're above 5 and that, it's like, no point in torturing these. They're a bit too old.
Yeah.
They're not bastards, kid. Yeah. Well, anyway, I've got a Twitter account on 278 Pedersen. PDCN. Yeah, you're back, man. Yeah.
Is that it? Are you done? I don't. I'm sorry. I kind of need an interpreter. So I don't know if
Yeah, well, I was just saying Disney.
was that English?
Well, yes, of course it was English, but it just wasn't the English that you Downton Abbey fans understand. I
Well,
was saying,
I wanted to check your vocabularistics. So
well, of
I
course.
got to get that clip. Okay, I somehow one of these days I have to get that clip from Tommy. But anyway, if you're done, tell Tommy to go ahead and plug his stuff.
What? We're going ahead and we're swinging big guinea D all across the screen. We're going to knock Jens out. No, I'm sorry, Jens. But guys, make sure that you go ahead and you stop on by for Comics Division, yelling at park cars. Make sure you put the hashtag Turtle Raid in the chat. Let them know where the love is coming from. Of course, you know you can catch me on Mondays at 6 p.m. We wrapped up an awesome discussion earlier today about some of them old toys, talking about muscle, talking about the original G1 Shockwave and its origins, having fun, remembering the things from the past. And we will be back again on Thursday right after the Red Gaze and the Probe at 7:45 p.m. Eastern on Thursday with United Underground Presents Collectible Pass, having some more fun, talking about the retro toys that are doing it right and everything that they are based on, having a lot of fun, talking about the things that are good, and knowing exactly why we're pushing against the woke narrative that is being pushed down our throats every single day with all this bullshit that is trying to destroy our modern mythology. So, guys, remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent. Nibble on, people. Nibble on.
Yeah. And with that, I am going to say, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
It's closing time.
Bye.